Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So, the type of question that I get a lot from guys is, they just want to know how to be more attractive to women, or how to get women to choose them more, how to get women to really gravitate to them. You understand? That's really a lot of what I get, right? And what I got to tell you guys is that the reason why you might be having, some trouble in the dating game is because the way that you come across, right? The way that you come across when you're dealing with women, it sort of tells them something about you. So what happens is that a woman can sort of tell the type of guy that she's interacting with. Or she assumes that you're a certain way because of, how you present yourself. Now, this doesn't mean that she's always correct in how, and how she's assuming you are. But a lot of times what happens is that she sees certain things, sees the way that you act when you're talking to her. She sees the way that you dress, the way that you look, your appearance, She can tell if you're confident or if you're insecure. There's all these different things that a chick can pick up on. And then by her picking up on these different things, those are the things that sort of make it harder for you even before you really start to get in the groove of trying to make something happen. Right? So a lot of times when you're dealing with women, sometimes the way that you communicate or the way that you interact with them, or even sometimes how you appear to be, just your appearance, it's going to give a woman, she's going to basically judge you based off of that, right? And then by her judging you based off of that, she's going to either really try to make something happen with you, or she's going to be like, nah, I'm not really fucking with this guy because of the way that you're coming across, right? So, for example, if you don't take care of your appearance, and this is why I always tell guys it's important to keep your appearance up. You have to actually make sure that you care about the way you look. And again, this is different than you being some quote unquote good looking guy. I'm talking about the way that you dress, the way that you put yourself together, right? When a chick sees you, she's going to basically make a judgment off of how you look, how you come across. Right? A lot of times women will look at a guy's shoes. And if your shoes are all scuffed up and looking dirty and old and all that other stuff, she's going to, judge you based off of that. Right? A girl might look at your nails, and if your nails are looking all dirty and all of that stuff, she's going to judge you based off of that. And then that's the thing that's going to make her not really be attracted to you just based off of that thing. You understand what I'm saying? And this is just off your appearance. You haven't even said anything to her yet. So, if you're coming across looking like that and then you try to holler at her, right? She's already on the defensive because she's already seeing how you look. And now she's assuming all these different things about you based off of, just based off of your appearance. You feel what I'm saying? So this is why I say, it's important for you to work on that, because if you do work on your appearance and your appearance is tight, then she'll be more open and more receptive to hear what you got to say. You understand? So the thing is, she's going to sort of judge you based off of that. She's going to assume different things based off of just, your look, right? Now, also, let's say you got your look on point, right? And you go and approach a girl and you start talking to her, right? She can tell if you're nervous when you're talking to her. And the reason why a woman can tell when you're nervous is because, your average chick gets hollered at by, a number of different guys consistently, constantly, basically almost every day. And so she can tell if a guy is nervous or if he's actually comfortable with talking to women. So if you're nervous and you're sort of like scared to talk to women, that's not going to be like a turn on. That's going to, she's not going to really be excited about that. You understand what I'm saying? But if she talks to you and you know how to talk to women and you're comfortable talking to women, she can see that in the way that you're talking to her. And then that makes her more attracted to you because you seem like the type of guy that knows what he's doing. You seem like the type of guy who gets women. And therefore, she's going to want to be with you. See, women, they don't really want a guy who other women don't want. You understand what I'm saying? Women love men who other women want. This is why a lot of times if a guy has a girlfriend or he's married, chicks will be all over him to a certain degree because they know that other women want him. Right? So if she has the sense that you're the type of guy that a lot of women aren't really feeling, then she's going to be like, why should I even be like this guy? For what? You understand? Like these other girls don't like him, so why would I like him? You know what I'm saying? There must be something wrong with him if these other girls probably don't like him. If I'm talking to this guy and he's nervous and he's insecure, I'm sure there's other women who are not really trying to fuck with this guy, so I don't really want to fuck with this guy. You understand? It gets to the point where, if you are talking to like a goofy looking chick at a bar or club, right? And then you see a hot girl and you try to talk to her right after you talk to that goofy chick, she's going to look at you like you crazy. She's not even going to want to holler at you because now she seems like you're putting her in the same category as that goofy chick. You understand? So, women don't necessarily want to deal with guys who they feel like, other women, quote unquote, at their level or what other women don't really want to fuck with. They're like, okay, well, other women aren't really trying to fuck with him, so I don't want to fuck with him. You understand? It's like chicks are like that. It's like if it's like that thing if you see like a empty restaurant, you think, well, I don't want to go in there because it must not be good because nobody's in there. Because if it was good, then people would be in there. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how like chicks sort of go about it when they're dealing with guys, right? And so, you're talking to a chick and the chick, she can tell if you're a guy who's confident or a guy who's insecure. And again, women aren't going to want to be around guys who are insecure. They're going to want to be around more of the confident type of dudes, right? So a lot of times when you're just, interacting with a girl or you're trying to make something happen and you're nervous and you don't know what to say and your look game isn't on point and all these other different things, all these things are working against you. You understand what I'm saying? So you're making it harder on yourself by you not being, tightening up your game. Right? And so the thing is, the girl, she's making all these preconceived notions about you based on how you're coming across. And again, what she's assuming could not, it doesn't mean that it's correct, right? But, sometimes it is correct. Sometimes it is what it is, right? But the thing is that you yourself want to be so on point in all these different areas that when you start interacting with women, then you're going to be in a better position from the jump to actually make something happen. You understand? See, the thing is that, these women, they see you and they see how you're interacting with them, and they're looking at you and they're saying, okay, they're basing their judgment of the type of guy you're going to be with them in that moment, right? And so they assume that you're a certain type of guy. So, for example, if you, like, let's say you got some shoes that are dirty and you got some dirty fingernails and you got like a old looking coat, you understand? That looks like it got a whole bunch of lint on it or something. She's going to assume that, oh, this guy ain't got no job. He ain't got no money. He ain't really doing nothing in his life and yada, yada, yada. Just based off of how you appear. You understand what I'm saying? And so based off how you appear, that's how she's going to treat you. Right? But see, the thing is, though, on the flip side, what's interesting about this whole thing is that, you could, if your game is tight, right, you can basically surprise a chick, and then she'll be, interacting with you or treating you differently based off the fact that you've, destroyed her assumption. Right? Because no matter how you look or, how you're interacting with this girl, right? She's going to have some assumption about you. The assumption could be good or bad, whatever it is, right? So, a chick can, see you and you could be all, your look game be on point and you talking to her and you spitting that game, and then she could assume you're a player. You understand? And then that within itself could sometimes not make her want to fuck with you because she's like, oh, this guy got mad chicks. He's a player. He's going to be playing games. He's going to do this. He's going to do that, whatever. It is what it is, right? But so the thing is that, even though this chick is assuming you're a certain way, you can still basically flip it on her and surprise her by you basically being just tight with whatever you're trying to do, so that her preconceived notions of her, wanting to reject you or whatever it is like that based off of what she assumes, it's sort of like gets flipped on its head. You understand? So like, let's say for example, let's think of like a bully in like a high school or something, right? The reason why the bully chooses to actually bully this kid or this other kid or whatever is because of the way that the kid comes across. You understand? The kid looks like he's weak, he seems nerdy, whatever it is. So the bully says, man, I could bully this motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? So he decides to bully this person based off the assumption that this kid is weak, right? But then, let's say this bully's like trying to bully this kid, and then let's say the kid fucking punches him in the face and breaks his nose or something. You understand what I'm saying? So now the bully got surprised and was like, oh shit, this motherfucker fucking broke my nose. Like, what the fuck? Right? So then what happens is that even though he assumed this dude was weak, the dude surprised him and broke his nose. And now the bully treats him differently now. Now he doesn't really bully him anymore because he knows that this is not the type of kid to bully. You understand? He knows that I can't bully this motherfucker. You understand? So what happens is that, a chick might think you're a certain way, but then you surprise her by how you're interacting with her. You surprise her by how you're coming across, basically with you presenting yourself a certain way just in general in the game. You understand what I'm saying? Because the thing is, a lot of times chicks will be on like autopilot when it comes to interacting with men, meaning a lot of chicks are used to just telling dudes no, rejecting motherfuckers and all this other shit, right? And what happens is that they're constantly looking for things to sort of nitpick about a guy as, to rationalize why they shouldn't get with this dude. You understand what I'm saying? So the thing is that, they'll come up with all these assumptions and, oh, he's probably like this, he's probably like that, yada, 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 whatever it is, right? But the thing is that if you're on point when you're interacting with women, right, what's going to happen is that she might have assumed you were a certain way. And then by you talking to her, being confident, not being nervous when you're interacting with her and all this other stuff, by you just being on point overall, that's the thing that'll break all the, her assumptions up. You understand what I'm saying? And then that'll open her up to actually wanting to interact with you, right? And again, no matter how tight your shit is, there's going to be girls who, at the end of the day, they're just not going to be feeling you. But then there's going to be a whole bunch of women on the flip side who are going to be feeling you. Then in the middle, what you have is these women who assume that you're a certain way. And then you basically, flip that shit. And they're just like, wow, like I had, I was wrong about this motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? And then that's the thing that makes them sort of gravitate and be attracted to you. You understand? So at the end of the day, you just got to make sure that you're on point with your game. You understand? Do everything that you can to make sure you're on point. So what that means is make sure your look game is on point, right? Make sure you got your clothes looking nice. You got your hair cut, you shaved, you smell good, all this other stuff, right? So when you approach a woman, right, she ain't got nothing to complain about in that regard, right? If you basically know how to talk to women, then you know, and you're used to talking to women, that means you got to actually talk to a whole bunch of different girls. You're going to be more comfortable talking to women in general. And then you won't be that nervous guy who's, you know, all scared to talk and have conversations with women. And so since you're not nervous and since you know how to spit and talk to them, then she doesn't have anything to really, you know, complain on that end. You understand what I'm saying? If you are confident and you're not insecure, that confident energy is going to come out when you're interacting with that girl, and she's going to see, okay, this guy's he's motherfucking confident. That's what's up, right? And again, you're going to have those chicks who, you know, since you're so on point, they're going to think you're a player, and they're going to be intimidated, and they're going to, you know, run away because they can't handle that type of shit. That's always going to happen. But it's better for you to be on that side of the spectrum than to be a guy who's, you know, super nervous and insecure, and, you know, you look like, you know, you just threw anything on. Because if you're on that side of the spectrum, a lot of chicks ain't really even gonna be checking for you. You understand what I'm saying? So even if you're on the side of the spectrum of that dude who she assumes is a player, there's gonna be more girls who are gonna gravitate to that guy than the other guy on the other side of the spectrum who's insecure, nervous, and who looks all bummy. You feel what I'm saying? And the thing is that, you know, when you're interacting with these women, you just want to have it in a way or in a situation where she's basically going to be open, or I should say receptive to you. And the way to make, you know, it easier for her to be more receptive to you is that you have to be more on point with all the shit that you are presenting when you're interacting with these women. You feel me? So that's pretty much it. Guys, if you have any questions, make sure you click the link below. Also, go to badboymembership.com because I have my audio/video program, how to improve your appearance. So you can definitely check that out. I have a lot of audio programs on that shit, audio and video programs that will help you guys when it comes to all of this. You feel me? So that's pretty much it. If you guys have any more questions, make sure you click the link below, and I will talk to you later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone.
Now, before you turn off this video, I want you to do 3 quick things. 1, I want you to click the link below to send me a question. If you have a question on dating and relationships, I'll make a video about it. 2, I want you to click the link under that to get my free audio program, Undeniable Game, which teaches you 7 easy to follow tips on how to really attract beautiful women. And 3, I want you to click the link under that one to go to Bad Boy Membership, where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month.
Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy Membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy to follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy Membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.